Buses, your local bus company serving your football team. Buses run every 10 minutes. Avoid the traffic. Don't get stuck in the delay. Get Ipswich buses today. A single from only £1.20, a return from only £2. Find out more information at www.ipswichbuses.co.uk. Ipswich Buses, proud to partner with Talk in Town. Hello again, my friends, and you are my friends, and welcome to the show that transitions you from the week into the weekend. That's right. It is normally 50 hours on a Wednesday. From that point to this, we have made it through. We are at the weekend, and I'm so excited. We've got another game coming up tomorrow. Oxford away. We are drinking in the last chance saloon, many will say, in terms of our playoff push. We'll look at that. There are some games midweek. We'll see how we have fared since then, how we are looking, the shape we are in. But I hope you are all well. I know a couple of our watchers, etc., have COVID-19. I wish them nothing but the best. I hope you get well soon. It's an away game tomorrow, so you're not going to miss a game at Portman Road, which is obviously a good part of that. We've got loads of comments flowing in. Love to see. Live chat is there for you to have your say in your own words. We've got Adam Lamplate says, good evening. Good to hear Ashton to turn on the club's YouTube channel. Lots of positives from it. Shame about the pitch taking 18 months, but these things take time. Rob Smith is here and still is here. How have you fared this week and on Popmaster? Do let me know. I do play it every day, and I do think of you every day and think, I wonder how Ant got on today. Welcome in Lee, welcome in Megan, nice to see you. Stephen Parry, YouTube member, nice to hear Santi say he wants his future here. Shows he loves the club. A deal needs to be looked at. Carl Brooks, evening shaggers. Carl, you've missed the key word out of that. Evening top shaggers. Thank you very much. Town fans and players alike, top shaggers. Adam, got a. I don't know. It's been more than 10 minutes since someone had a kid. Someone hurry up. Got to make the Santi deal happen with a few good strikers, and we'll get the best out of him next season. We could talk about that tonight. I think we've got lots to get through. Let's first of all, obviously, it's a weekend. It is Among Us. Prediction League week 29. Oxford versus Colchester. Oxford versus Ipswich. Colchester versus Forest Green Rovers. Cambridge versus MK Dons. And because it's internationals, we have got Brighton versus Norwich for the 2nd of April. So plenty of notice on that one. But you can only put one entry in, so you can't be changing your mind. 4 games, 9 points available. You could get yourself up this prediction league. Mike Woods is currently running away with it. Cheater McCheatson has gone from page 3 at the bottom to page 1. He's finding his way into the mid-table. We have a name missing. I'm going to have to try and find who that is. Mr. It's John Cena, Rich. You can't see me. That's a good joke. I like that one because he's not there. But yeah, so get involved. Links in the chat. In fact, I mentioned him. Let's bring him in. Here he is. Evening, Mr. Moss. How are you?
I'm good, mate. Looking forward to Oxford tomorrow.
Absolutely, but we have another game this weekend as well. The Ipswich Town ladies are playing on the Red Button. Talk to me about that game. West Ham.
Also, channel 981, I think, on your Skybox, Martin.
Oh, okay. 981, right.
So, obviously, I watched the press today, Joe and Paige Peak. Actually done it at Portman Road, didn't they?
They did. Very nice.
I was expecting Martin Lambert to pop up with a question.
Nice touch. No, not yet. Not quite yet. We'll get there. We're working on it.
Look, they've got a big task on their hands because obviously West Ham are in the top division. But it's at Felix, though. I think that gives them a bit of a chance, Martin. You know, it's their home patch. Someone asked the question why. Said to Joe about playing at Portman Road. Well, you wouldn't do, would you? Because you want to have every little advantage you can. You know, they play there. There's going to be 2,000 down there. But I'm just wondering how they'll react because obviously it's going to be the first time that they're on the telly live, isn't it? So that's quite a big deal for the girls. And I hope that they do themselves justice, you know, because I think they're up against it. If I'm being honest, I think they really are up against it.
It would be a cup upset, let's be honest. Yeah. They have made a new signing this evening, a dual agreement player from Tottenham. I'm trying to find the announcement, but I can't, so the name escapes me. I do apologise, but making moves again is old Joe. He's built that club with a clear vision and blueprint, and this is the just rewards. This is
it's interesting when they asked Paige about sort of. So for the men's FA Cup, Martin, you know, it's renowned for upsets, isn't it? Whereas the ladies, there isn't really, so far, there hasn't really been any. You know, hopefully Sunday afternoon, we're all talking about Ipswich Town ladies have had a fantastic win against West Ham, and we're into the semi-final. But let's just hope that they do themselves justice, and you never know, you know, cup football, get a little bit of luck on the day. But look, playing well. They're top of the league. They won last week in Cardiff. We've had Joe on this platform. We've had Paige Week on this platform. Joe speaks a lot of sense. He knows what he's doing. They'll have a game plan going into that. And let's just see how it works out on Sunday afternoon.
Absolutely. Fine shirt you are wearing there too. So you mentioned we've had Josh Sheehan on the platform. We've had Berke Bakai, Mark Detmer, Martin Reusser only this week. Over 1,000 views on that. I'll get your thoughts on that one shortly, but we couldn't do it without these wonderful people we call our TT Fifth Stand Ultras, and of course our YouTube members. We thank you, because we couldn't do shows such as Martin Reusser, Berke Bakai, Mark Detmer, James Norwood, Rich. That one's still fresh in the memory. Over 5,000 now.
5K. I think that's our most watched show, isn't it?
It is. You know, and believe me when I do say, particularly at the back end of this week, that this platform is growing. This platform is a voice for the fans. It is a place for the fans. And trust me, the ride is only just beginning. But we can't do it without you. So please do consider supporting us through Ko-Fi. One-off or monthly contributions available. But the ride is just beginning. So strap in. Talking of strapping in. He often lets his mouth run away with him. Let's bring him in. He knows the stories of tomorrow today, they say. Just can't remember him. It is the media mogul, Matthew Phillips. How you doing?
I'm good, thanks. I've had a cavalier week. I've been a maverick this week. I've had 2 McDonald's, Rich, in 2 days.
Two?
Yeah. Burger yesterday, McFlurry today. This is the most I've been in McDonald's in about 2 decades.
We've had a massive Chinese tonight, and my missus is stuffed and gone to bed. She's eaten too much. And I'm stuffed as well. There's still loads left. Still loads left over.
Right, well, is there? Right, all round Rich's house. I do love a Chinese the next day for lunch, you know. It is a thing.
It always tastes better, doesn't it, mine? The next day, I think.
I never reheat food. I'll just fry it away.
What?
Food waste, mate. Get that bloke with a beard on the TV. Food lovers hate waste. Right, look, it is 8:40. ITFC Legends Pack. Make your weekends flow from $14.99. Pints and points. We got a pint and a point last week. Hopefully we'll get more than one.
That's good, those beats.
I'm going for the Ince Pies. I know it's a Christmas drink, but you know, it is March.
You've still got that hanging around, have you?
A box-to-box beer. Hey, I want to have a word with you about this. The monthly subscription service from awaydaybeers.com, which you can get, 2 subscriptions available. Yes. Do they just deliver without making another order? Like, is it just a monthly...
Yeah, it just keeps rolling. You pay your direct debit, and then Josh will, like, at the end of the month or whenever it is, it'll land on your doorstep.
Happy days, because I was going from my box before tonight's show and flipping heck, it's just spiders, literally.
I'm very low. I've got 2 Cantonese collar left and 1 Dave's ponytail, and that is it.
This was when I do a show, I like to go for the lowest percentage I can, because otherwise the show gets a little bit leery. And this was the lowest one I had. So
you like Larry? Matt likes Larry on a Friday night, don't you?
After the week I've had.
Ipswich Larry.
I can't do.
Yeah, I enjoy that, especially on Twitter.
I bet you do. But there we go. I am drinking the Ince Pies, Mr. Moss. After your Chinese, what have you got?
Cup of coffee.
Really? Jesus.
Yeah. Coffee.
Have you had a beer already? You had a beer already, have you?
No beer. No beer today. No.
To all my Irish brethren, happy St. Patrick's Day.
I've got a couple of beers that Mike Woods gave me Martin. I think, did he give you a couple? They're from Colchester.
I've already drunk them.
I've got one of them golden ales in the fridge. I'll probably have it after the game when I get home tomorrow
I
night.
gave one to Neil. He seemed to enjoy it, although, yeah, he didn't enjoy it. Matt, what are you drinking?
Vino Tinto Español.
Oh, Spain this week. Oh, I like it.
People don't realise I'm bilingual. Yeah.
What's your favourite ever Spain player?
Spanish player.
Favourite ever one? Doesn't have to be Pablo. Doesn't have to be Pablo. Although, has he been the only Spanish player we've had in our history?
No, even Campo.
Even
man.
Campo, of course.
Yeah. I like One Matter. I like.
It don't matter.
You've got Xavi, you've got Iniesta. Great team, that Spanish team, wasn't it?
Like it. Coffee in the evening, Lee Brown says. Thumbs down.
Keith Dano is in McDonald's right now. You now have to order. Is this a new thing? You now have to order on screens. You don't go to the counter. I want 2 McFlurries.
You can go to the counter if you want, Matt. You can go to the counter if you want with cash.
Right,
You can.
okay.
Don't use those screens. They've been. I read some of those screens are covered in feces.
Yeah,
Covered.
that crossed my mind. Yeah, it did cross my mind, that.
I mean, I'm not saying. I'm not judging the people that go to McDonald's, but
Cito. Castro Cito.
still robbed of that red card at Portman Road against Norwich. I don't care what
Seen
anybody
the
says.
video the other day,
I will go to my grave saying that he was
Cito was a
robbed.
bit. He wasn't that good, was he, Cito? Really?
That was Lisby, wasn't it? That he brought down.
Kevin Lisby. Run across him.
The
I
goal
always think
machine.
He was
Irony.
always hard done by Portman Road, Kevin Lisby, because he was better than what fans gave him credit for.
No, he wasn't.
He
He was terrible.
Kevin Lisby was absolute shit when he sound for
Yeah,
sound.
exactly, Rich.
I had the red shirt with a Lisby 11 on, Matt. I thought, yeah, he's come in. He scored on his debut, didn't he, that first game?
Yeah, the Preston game.
Yeah.
Yeah. He would come
Damn
on
it
as a
well.
sub and I'd go, here comes the goal machine. Everyone would be falling about laughing because of my hilarity.
I remember he was scoring against Coventry away.
Got 2, didn't he?
Yeah.
Away from home.
Yeah.
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 I remember singing that day about we were going nowhere. La la la.
He was
la,
good against
la,
us, wasn't he,
la,
for Colchester?
Nowhere. That was the start of the end for Magilton.
Yeah, he was good at Colchester.
Talk right.
Bed shape.
Talking the starts of the ends or whatever.
And Charlton.
Land purchases. Talk to us about that one this week in the news. The club have bought the units that were, I think, Staples, and the other 2 either side.
Fun
What
fact.
do we think? Go on,
Fun fact. I used to work for Staples.
Did you?
Have I mentioned that here before? Chelmsford branch.
You have a little bit, yeah.
It's good.
Well,
Stationery.
yeah.
You want manila envelopes? You come and talk to me if you want manila envelopes.
I'm all right, thanks. But land purchases, I will talk to you about that one.
Yeah.
Rich, I'll start with you. What do you think about that then?
Well, it shows where, look, the game changer, they are going to change the game because I think in about...
Oh, he's worked on that one today.
They are, aren't they? They're
In
going to
front of
change the game. I think at the minute,
That's a great line.
it was a great interview. I don't know if everyone's seen it with Mark Ashton. There's about a 9-minute video tonight of what's happening at the
I
ground.
don't like the green screen. I'm going to just say it.
What green screen?
Then he's not in front of the pitch there. That's a
He
green
is.
screen.
He's in the Alf Ramsey stand.
No, he's
in the
not.
top
He
tier.
is.
No, he's
He
not.
is. He
No,
is.
he's not.
Tell us in the
He is.
comment. Is Ashton green screen?
That
Or
is
is
Because
it
you can
green
see that they've got the
screen.
lights on the pitch. That's no green screen.
That's a green
He's
screen.
in the stand. You can hear the bird.
I'm
You
going
can
to
hear the
message
seagulls.
Jacob Henderson.
You can hear the seagulls.
5-2, Red Cross. Money, yeah, double or quits, tenner. We'll go tenner. I'll message
Definitely
Jacob
not a green
Henderson now.
screen, is
Carry
it,
on, and I'll message Jacob Henderson, and I'll find that as a green screen. Go for it.
Yeah, you message it.
I'm going to. Don't think I won't, because I will. Don't think I won't, because I
Adam
will.
Blamblake. There you go. That is not a green screen.
I thought he was in the top tier personally, but Martin's, he's.
Matt Stannard agrees with me. There you go. You can hear the seagulls.
Fuck off, you. I mean,
And if you just look over in the corner of the north stand, you'll see a magnificent flag hanging over there. Just in that corner, you can see it.
I'm going to go. That
Blowing in the
it's a
wind.
green. Carry on. Land purchases. Land
yeah.
purchases. Carry on.
Yeah, no one knows what it's for, do they? Yet, look, we've all seen some wild sort of predictions, haven't we, on social media last night?
It ain't going to be a pub.
It's
It's
going to
going
be
to
a
be like
pub.
Shearer's Bar at Newcastle and all this.
not gonna be a
Hooters, I
pub.
see, and get Hooters in.
Good
Look,
idea.
it's exciting times because they're building a travel lodge over there, aren't they, Matt? That's already
I feel that. Yeah.
going up. But like I said, we all want it to happen now, don't we? And know what's going on. But we'll be sitting on a Friday, probably in about 5 years' time. Town will probably be in the probably in the Champions League then if you listen to Lewis, and it'll be totally different, Portman Road. I was talking to Colin this morning. Now, this is probably never going to happen, but they've always said that the pitch is the wrong way round, haven't they? They have said that.
They have said that, yes. At the first Q&A, they did say that, yeah.
Because the pitch is the wrong way round.
Not the pitch, the layout of the stadium.
The entrance.
Oh. Yeah.
Could they turn that round, Martin?
No.
I don't think they could.
You wouldn't want your directors sat facing west, would you? Because
but you think there's room to expand out the back of the Pioneer stand. There's all of that land, isn't there? Like they were saying about the fan zone, It's a fucking couple of marquees at the minute, isn't it, really? Let's be fair. It's hardly groundbreaking, is it?
No.
That's another thing that needs to be done, Matt. That bloody carpet out the back that used to be field turf, they used to call that. That was laid in 2000, that was.
Wow. Was it really?
You are right.
That is real poor now because they have the disability team trains on there.
Yeah, it's good for that.
That's in better days as well, hasn't it? But who knows what's going to happen, Gov? There's going to be a lot of exciting stuff going on. There's plenty of stuff to talk about on here. We're never going to be short of content, are we?
You have to think, like, with the game changers, the American culture, tailgating, they call it, don't they, Martin, in the States? You'd imagine they might sort of create that kind of. I'm just thinking back to like what you said earlier, and like they've got this land and it's cleared, and they're going to announce what it's going to be. Mark Ashton sits down at the press conference and goes, "It's going to be a Hooters."
It's not going to be a pub.
Can you imagine?
I saw all those suggestions on social media, and I just thought, Jesus wept. Yes, Game Changer 20, the Arizonian Arizona Pension Fund has bought a bit of land so we can have a great big Drum and Monkey 2.0.
When Kate was on with us, Matt, that was back a few months. Where did we look on one Sunday where they'd redeveloped it? Was that?
Oh, Rhode Island.
That was the one,
Yeah.
So who knows what happened?
That's what they do, isn't it? So I mean, you would imagine that it would look. You would imagine some kind of development would maybe follow that pattern because that's what they bring to the table, isn't it?
I said on Thursday, it's not a green screen, by the way. I just wanted to donate some money with an excuse as to why I was donating money. That's all. I've got to clear things by the management, you see. So if I put a little asterisk by it, we clear it. You've got to play the game when you're married.
Would it be a new entrance into the stadium via that road?
Well, actually, I was looking at Saturday. I was at the football, weren't we? And the council have gone one further, and they've not just put some stupid plant pots at one end. They've now completely closed Portman Road.
Yeah, that road's shut.
Where does the team coach go for the away team now?
That's in there as well. That's in that little.
But they won't be able to get up that road at the moment, will they? Because
they must clear it. They must move it for them, don't they?
You can't move wooden plant pots that have been put with plants in.
They do come in that way, don't they?
They
used to. They can't do now, though.
Yeah, I don't know.
They can't do now. So maybe it's an entrance for that. I think I said on Thursday's show it's long term. It's nothing for now or even next year.
When the Norwich coach come down there, went the wrong way on Derby Day.
Yeah.
That was classic.
I think I was doing that.
Yeah, absolute pelters over getting.
Hashtag Ipswich Larry.
What it look like Scrappy Doo in Scooby Doo.
Yeah.
Let me at him.
Mike D's got it right. It's going to be a massive recruitment room.
I don't think it's anything for now. I just think it's land that's become available.
Yeah.
And you want to hoover up the land around your stadium because A, it makes your club more attractive. You own something. But B, as these things come available, and they are available and they have been for a while, haven't they? That's the thing. So let's have a look at the league table now, shall we? That's off the field.
We need to.
We need to. We've been in ninth for the last.
Well, we do because there were some games played midweek. We are still in ninth, 60 points, 6 points from Sunderland and 38, 8 from tomorrow's opponent, Oxford. Ben Moore says, space for TT podcast. Oh, Benny boy, I'm working on that, my friend. Do not worry. Do not fret. The week I've had, I'm working hard. But, so how do the games affect this midweek, Matt? Are we in worse shape, same shape, better shape?
Well, look, if we win tomorrow, we're 5 points away with what? How many games to go? 7. 5 points away from Oxford with 7 to play. It's still a big ask, isn't it? We've said all along it's going to be a big ask. Sunderland, you don't know who's Sunderland, do you? They bombed and they found a bit of form again. Look, they've actually not lost in 5 games there.
No.
1-3 and drawn 2. That we need a Plymouth kind of run. That they've lost one and then won the last 4. We just can't put, as Rich keeps saying, we just can't put that win together. We can't put 3 wins together, can we? We couldn't do it on Saturday, unfortunately.
If you look at the form of all the teams sort of above us, we need 2 or 3 of them to fall off a cliff, and none of them have they?
No, they haven't.
Well, we've got to take 6 off Oxford and Plymouth. That's a given.
Yeah,
we've got to.
We've got Wigan still to play. We've still got Wigan. We've still got Rotherham, Wigan, Oxford tomorrow, and Plymouth, isn't it?
Yeah. Is it last chance saloon every game from now on, Rich? Is it win or out?
Yeah. I did say a few weeks back, if you come within like 8 to 10 games and you're still about 6 points behind, it's not going to happen. We need to be realistic, really. It was, what was it, 4% chance about 2 weeks ago. What is it now? It's probably even slimmer than that.
It's going to be less.
You know, we're not chasing one team, are we? There's not just we're up against one. We're up against 4 or 5 teams, and we're going to have to win 7 games, aren't we?
It's tough, isn't it? It's so tough. And they've been those teams above us. You know, I love all the optimism Colin brings to the table and other people who watch Talking Town. I love the optimism you bring to the table, but you've got to be realistic as well. Those teams, that top 6, it's been pretty much cemented all season, hasn't it? Even Sheffield Wednesday are struggling to get in there. And look, they were 5-0 up at half time against Cambridge last Saturday, weren't they? It's going to be difficult. Part of me wants it just to finish, so we can actually draw a line under it and get ready for next season. And it will give us a massive leg up compared to the teams that are in the playoffs, because we can target the players we want whilst they're still wondering whether or not they're going to be League One or whether or not they're going to be.
That'll be going on regardless, Matt.
Yeah, true.
You know, that'll be going on regardless. It's not a club now that stands still, is it? So,
no, true. Well, yeah, we used to be.
Why are we negative, Andrew Plum? We're not negative. We're being realistic.
Yeah, you've got to be really. Look, as I say, optimism, fantastic. But we're 9th, and all we can really get is 6th, isn't it? We ain't going to finish 5th or 4th, are we? So we've got to be realistic on the expectation. But
it's different, though, Matt. It feels different than like the 2 seasons previous, where we've probably finished around where we are now. But it's got a different feel now, hasn't it? We probably are going to finish. We are probably going to finish about 8th or 9th. And if you look at it, looking from the outside in, you'd think, oh, look, Ipswich finishing 9th again. Yeah. But if you didn't know what was going on, like we do, you know, you'd probably think, oh, that's another average season. But it's feeling different. I think it's different moving forward towards like pre-season and then into next season, I think. But we've got to hit the ground running. We've got to really hit the ground running in August.
Yeah, if we can finish the season with a flurry, like McFlurry, got it on the mind. If we can finish the season with a flurry and the momentum and all that kind of thing, then you go into next season feeling optimistic, don't you? Rather than sort of you was in the top 6 and you fell out, you know. But let's keep going. Like I say, if we can get 3 points tomorrow, fantastic.
Andy, we're not giving up. We ain't giving. Why are we giving up?
It's simple as this.
We've not been in the top 6 all season, have we? And we've
won 3 games. This is the thing. We've said it on here before. You say about giving up. We haven't won 3 games all season. We've got 8 games to go. So why would anybody with half a grain of sense think that Town can win 7 games out of 8?
I wouldn't go that far. I mean, why not? You can save your best form into the business end of the season.
Maybe the best is yet to come. That'd be fantastic.
Absolutely. But the simple case is, they're going to have to do that to get in because.
But you're going to be without your captain, and you're going to be without probably your main striker under McKenna.
Yeah. We are going to miss it. We are going to. He's not going to play tomorrow, is he? More.
But if McKenna is as good as Build, no problem at all. You should be able to work with something. You've got enough there in.
Well, there's the depth. Yeah, absolutely.
To work with.
You haven't got nothing like Morsey. You've got nothing like him in the squad.
Not Sam Morsey, no, but
you've got people who go into that position, but you haven't got the people that have got the impact of that position as he has got. So Rich is right in that respect.
But then stat-wise, I haven't looked. I'm speaking probably out of turn, but I wouldn't thought he's leading too many categories in terms of assists, goals.
No, it's just presence, isn't it? It's that kind of.
It's leadership.
Yeah, it's leadership. It's motivation. It's momentum. It's filling people around you with the confidence to play above themselves, maybe. Yeah.
I think it's just, absolutely. Talking of playing above yourself, Selena, I want to come back. He said,
he does.
Well, I'll ask you first, because obviously you're somebody who has said previously about his loan.
I bet he does on that wedge.
This is what Bersant said. It doesn't mean we have to win promotion for that to happen, but it's obviously what we want. If it doesn't happen this season with the manager we have now, I'd expect it to happen next season. I played a lot of games for the club. There's a strong connection between us. I feel really at home here and I'm enjoying it. I'm happy, which is always important, and we're doing our very best to bring success to the club. So, would you have him back? I guess is the question, Matt.
Well, the thing is, look, listen, as I've said before many times, when he signed in the summer, I was literally punching the air and cock a hoop about it.
Yeah, we all were.
He hasn't played well enough against the top 6 sides, for me. It's all very well scoring those great goals against Crewe and having an impact against Morecambe and Fleetwood and blah, blah, blah. But against your Rotherhams, your Wigans, whoever it might be, I don't think he's had the impact. Reading between the lines there, he's saying, please sign me. Because Dijon haven't got a pot to piss in. They're in the 2nd division in French League. They average about 6,000 to 7,000 attendance. He's knowing that we've got 25,500 against Portsmouth last week and the whole stadium singing. So it's going to be a completely different culture shock when he returns to the French 2nd division, which I've always said is all avenues lead to the non-league. It's non-league after that in the French pyramid of football. I mean, has he done enough for us to A, pay a fee and B, pay the wages he would probably want? Now, if we think he's on about 20 grand, what's he going to reduce to? 50%? 10 grand? Maybe. But he's got to have that. He's got to have the impact next season. I thought he was the X factor for this season. What do we need to get to the top 2? Bersant, Selena. Fantastic. It hasn't worked out, has it? The cold truth of it is, if we wouldn't be 9th, would we, if Selena had scored double-figure goals or double-figure assists? It's just not happened.
Rich?
It's not. We're not a one-man team, Matt. You can't just blame it all on Bersant that we're 9th in the league.
No, true. I get that. But you would look for your international. You would look. He would be top of. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. He'd be top of my list to sign. He's a quality player. If he has a pre-season under McKenna, I think he won't be the only one to benefit under Kieran McKenna. With pre-season going forward, I think he's a class player. Look, we were all excited when he signed in the summer. Yeah. We have to take into account, which we have said before on here about, like, he had COVID, the heart problem. We don't know what pre-season he had. But I think mitigating factors,
if you're looking for quality players to get out of this league, I'd be signing him in a heartbeat, definitely.
Should Town not have signed him on loan this season then, Rich? If we're saying, we didn't know what his fitness was. He's had the COVID, he's had the heart issue.
Do we? We don't know. When it broke in the summer, and we were thinking, blimey, is he really going to drop down to this level?
Yeah. It's exciting, aren't we?
But it depends, doesn't it? Because like Ben's saying in the chat there, we have got Chaplin, we've got a Luco,
Luco's legs are getting a bit heavy now, aren't they? He doesn't do back-to-back games, does he? But, what fee are you going to pay for Selena then? Because he's got 2 years on his contract. Now, you'd imagine Dijon are going to want to get rid of those wages, aren't you? They can't afford 20 grand. We're miles better off than what they are. So what fee would you be looking at?
This is it. Is it wise to put resources into a player that you've already got a player in that position? In Connor Chaplin, is it wise? It's a question. I honestly.
Chaplin's had a better season, right? He's had
7 goals, 2 assists to Selena's 5 goals, 5 assists. Yeah.
Okay, so Selena's got 5 assists over 40 odd games. Not great, really, is it? But and Chaplin's had a lot of games off the bench, hasn't he? And almost got to double figures. I don't know. It's a hard one. Look, I am a Selena fan. I would probably sign him, to be honest with you. But he's got to show me in these last few games. He's got to show me why we would spend the money on him, because we could spend some money on, I don't know, Affeline or someone else in this division that has had impact and doing well.
Dr. Zach King would absolutely keep Selena yet to see the best, still learning. Keith Dunno, YouTube member. Thank you very much for being a YouTube member, Keith. I'd have Santi back, but what I like the best is all come out and say how good the training is and McKenna's management. Future is very rosy. Mark Downing, I think Selena's a victim of maybe turning too much into a League One player. On form, suggests he's better than that. He's really made for the Championship. Craig Portsmouth, another YouTube member. Thank you, Craig. Selena was class. He's our top chancer maker. A new forward line will help him next season. Frank Geeves on Facebook. Remember, Selena was nowhere near fit when we signed him. Starting to see the best of him now. Ronnie, if he hadn't come in this season, we wouldn't have had the opportunity to sign him permanently. At least he's in the door. Mike D, we get lots of assists if players got in the box.
True, that's true. I love how the comments are so divided on this. Some people want to sign him, some don't. But he is a quality player. I just feel like he's been below par this season. And we know there's mitigating circumstances in terms of fitness and COVID. But maybe we shouldn't have signed him this season. Maybe we should have looked at him for next season. I don't know.
It's a tough one.
It's tough, yeah.
I look at it, and my first reaction is not to. My second reaction is a little bit more. Actually, if it's the right deal, which sounds so simple, but because resource allocation.
Yes.
You've got Connor Chaplin. You could probably sign Sonny Aluko. See, if you bring Selena back, you don't bring Aluko back. Full stop. Because otherwise you get into what we've got into this year, where we've got 3 players for one position, and none of them get a real run. Because it's always got to try and keep players happy. And Aluko's now 32. If you bring Selena back, you don't bring Aluko back. Or do you look at Aluko as a cheaper alternative and then use Selena's resources to allocate to a better striker? To make Chaplin look better.
Do they sell Chaplin? Do we think people are going to go in this? I would imagine some people will go in the summer for fees. Let's not think it's going to be.
Well, football is always a level of turnover, isn't it?
He's a championship player. He dropped down, didn't he? You could argue Morsey might go. You might argue Morsey. Someone might put in a bid in for Morsey.
Not at his age. I don't think so. Not at his age. Not with the injury now. I don't see it. Someone like Chaplin, 25 years of age. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Selena's still only 25, though. Remember, Rich. That's still, coming
around ages.
Yeah, I'd be signing him, but we'll just have to wait and see.
I love how we're saying best than a lone player.
It's going to be an interesting summer, but we know what Burson can do. We've seen it before at a high level. So
yes,
I think he could be a difference maker.
What are you going to pay? What would you pay? $1 million?
Yeah, probably $1 million. I'd say they'd probably want $1 million, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
I'm just concerned that there's even a hint of hesitation, because when you're paying somebody as a star player, there shouldn't be that hesitation. He's the star.
But this is as fans. We don't know what Mark Ashton or Kieran McKenna or anyone at the club's thinking. I'm not hesitating. I'd sign him tomorrow if I had the chance.
But
he's the type of player that when I pay my money, I want to go and watch. He's a quality player.
I'll flip that. He's the type of player I pay the money that he's commanding to win games like Portsmouth. You're paying him the money to be the difference. Has he been the difference enough this year to earn the money that he commands to be the difference?
I think you have to say he hasn't. Against the top clubs.
But it's really those clubs you want him for, isn't it? You should be able to beat Morecambe with Aluko and Chaplin. It's the Portsmouths at home, the 0-0s. It's the Wednesdays away. It's the Bolton. It's the
no. You still get 3 points no matter who you play. It doesn't matter who you play.
Okay, right.
Like we said before, I think you've said on here, it doesn't matter if you don't beat the top 6 as long as you beat the other teams.
You need someone who's going to make look at Keane. Will Keane when he was here, getting useless. And what's he on? He's in double figures now, isn't he, for Wigan?
Yeah, true.
He's got 6 assists.
Yeah.
He's got more assists than Selena and Chaplin. Ryan Tunnicliffe.
Yeah. Maybe just more. Maybe just a better fit for him. It's in the northwest. It's where he's from. Blah blah blah.
Blah blah blah. Okay, there we go. Selena, let us know what you think. McKenna on principles. I pulled this one out because obviously we spoke to Martin Reusser midweek, Rich, and he was all about not about systems as much anymore. It's all about principles.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about Martin Reusser, sorry, an interview we did midweek before I go into
it was a great show. If anyone hasn't watched it, please do go back on YouTube. Please hit the like button. Share it. Yeah, share it with your friends.
Yeah, it's good. Good hour. Great fun.
Hasn't got a clue what a Jaffa cake is.
No. Shame. He sounds me to feel like he's never had a Jaffa cake.
We should send him some.
Yeah.
From your friends at Chalk and Sound.
What if Romeo Zondervan's had a Jaffa cake? I bet he has. We'll have to ask him one day.
We'll have to ask him, yeah. We will.
Maybe.
McKenna, principles. That's really fundamentally to us with the stage where we're at. We're trying to develop a team, a style of play, our way of going forward, and it's important that we're brave enough to go and try and impose that even when we play against another good team or we play away from home. Certainly what we've done in all the games so far, and we'll look to do the same on Saturday, again, with respect to Oxford and the strengths that we know they have. Mr. Positivity's intro has at the end, we're not going to dominate any team because we're crap. Well, that's changed a little bit.
Oh.
But in terms of principles, what are our principles now then under a Kieran McKenna, Mr. Moss?
Dominating the ball. We get on the ball and you look at the stats probably through, I'd say nearly every single game he's been here, Matt, we must have had 65% possession.
Yeah, great.
But it is with a purpose now, I think, Martin, isn't it? Because under Lambert, when he was here, I still think COVID had a lot to do with that when you were knocking the ball about, because you had no fans there, because the way we played under Paul Lambert, I don't think supporters would have stood for it. So when there was no one in the ground, it was probably easy to get away with it. But under McKenna, we play on the front foot. We always look to be positive. Even in these games that we've drawn, we played quite well. Even the games like the Morecambe game, the Cheltenham game.
True.
Even last Saturday, we were probably the only team. I said it on Sunday. I couldn't really understand Portsmouth's tactics last Sunday, because they were in the same position as we were. I know they had 2 games in hand. They lost in the week to Plymouth. So that was a game gone. They didn't really come and. Or is that they knew, Martin, that if they come and went toe to toe with Town, they haven't got such good players. They'd have got rolled over. Is that?
I think I'd agree. Yeah, I'd agree with that.
We're going to have to expect again next season.
Well, we said in the Sunday show, didn't we, Rich? This is one of McKenna's big challenges. How do you find a solution against teams that are just coming for a point? That's going to separate us from being 9th to being top 6 or top 2 next season.
Well, Oxford were like that when they came down here, weren't they? Oxford were like that early in the season. I don't think you'll see that from them tomorrow. They're at home.
Martin thinks you might.
No, they score a lot of goals. They're the top scorers in the league. They've got 73 goals. You're a bit different when you're away from home. I think a lot of your fans, you'd probably put up with that. You've gone on the road, you've dug in, you've got a gritty point. When you're at home and you've got the majority of your supporters there,
Yes.
For what it's worth,
your free side.
For what it's worth, Kieran McKenna seems to agree with yourself here, Rich, because he does say, I think Oxford will be a team who look to impose themselves and will look to do the same and should make for a good game. That'll play into our hands, though, won't it, Matt? Any team that tries to impose their will.
So you would have thought so. We have got better players than what they have, but I mean, you might argue they've got a better team in terms of how they work together. I mean, our style of play for me is what we saw in that Gillingham away game, the 4-0. You had the gaps, didn't you, between Boxing Day and New Year's, where they were able to work on the patterns of play and everything. I mean, that Gillingham game was just fantastic because it came out of nowhere, didn't it? The quick passing, it was 2 touches max. I do think that's probably a style of play that he'll look to implement over the summer and going into next season. I mean, we've not quite hit those heights, have we, in some of the games? Well, I mean, we've seen flashes of it. We saw it against Morecambe and a little bit in the second half against Fleetwood, maybe. But that Gillingham first half, I just thought was an immense. And I do think that's probably McKenna's style, at what you saw there. I mean, what was we, 3-0 up within about 22 minutes?
Yeah.
Just shows you what we can do,
It'll be interesting tomorrow, because it'll be a real test tomorrow. I'm looking forward to the game because they're a good side. Look, they've got Brannigan in the midfield there. He scored some goals. Matt Taylor up front. They're a good side. They're one of them teams who they don't start so good, but then they come stronger. Whereas this season, they've been in and around the top 6 all season, and this is probably going to be, Matt, the 3rd year on the bounce that they've got in the playoffs. So they are a good side. We have got... I see a stat today. Did you know? I don't think we've ever won a league game at Oxford. We've won a couple of games in the cup.
Yeah.
You look at the last 5. Look at the last 5.
Yeah.
No, the last 5 are all.
That's the last 5.
There isn't. The 2-1 was there was 4 0-0s and there's a 1-0. That 2-1 was before.
There was a gap between 99 and 2020, was there?
Because this is the 6th time we've played them, mine.
Oh, okay. That Brannigan's a good player, isn't he? He's got a lot of goals this season. He's good from the penalty spot. Plays in the middle. Is that if they don't get promoted this season, is that a play we could go for? Maybe, I don't know. Could we got listen? If we're going to stay in League One next season, we've still got huge spending power compared to your Barnsleys that are coming down. I mean, Peterborough do spend a bit of wage, don't they? Or Derby coming down. I mean, look, who knows what the future of Derby is going to be if they come down? Still administration, aren't they?
I'm looking forward to tomorrow's game. I think it's going to be a good game. I think Oxford will want to come and win it. I think we play really good stuff. We zip it. We can do many different things. I'm really enthusiastic about the way we play under Kieran McKenna.
I do feel like we've got to get the 3 points. We've done anything short of 3 points, and I think we'll probably I think we're probably finished. But I mean, if we can get the 3 points, then again, we've got an opportunity, especially over Easter when you've got games coming quite thick and fast. That the league table could certainly change in over 72 hours, or whatever it might be.
Yes, I completely. Yeah, it can. Who knows what teams are going to surprise you or not surprise you as it were. But I just think under McKenna that we play some really good stuff, and it's not the Ipswich of old anymore.
It's about putting the ball in the onion bag, though. At the end of the day, that's the one thing that worries me. We haven't really
we've not been able to do that really.
We ain't got no one running hot who's.
No, it's very true.
That's the only thing that at the minute that we know that Kieran knows that as well.
That's the one area of the pitch that's we've really struggled with since probably November onwards, isn't it? We've never really at the time you knew what your goalkeeper was, you knew what your back three were, but you never knew what the strikers were going to be, and that speaks volumes, doesn't it? Which probably explains why we'll probably have at least 2 new strikers next season. I would have thought.
Pre-assist or don't even start me, the good doctor, because I could literally go on forever with the pre.
Where did these stats start? Yeah, the pre-assist.
Crazy. Mike the Fisherman closed up the defence, which is great, but playing Norwood wide of a throat. Norwood's gone, Mike. Just get over it. Well, no, come on. He's in his early 30s. He's out of contract. He's not.
Yeah.
It doesn't fit what I would call Kieran McKenna football.
So maybe the objective is to find the new Norwood. That same kind of. Well, do you know what I mean? That a physical player, got a little bit of attitude, a little bit streetwise. Rich always says we're too nice. So we need someone up front next season that does bring a little bit of attitude, should I say.
Maybe you play him on tomorrow then, Matt, with the attitude.
Maybe. I haven't picked him for tomorrow. I've got another striker in there, but
no,
yeah, maybe. Yeah.
If you're going about attitude, just going back on Selena, because I was talking to Lewis in the week, and he said if they didn't sign him, you could think of someone like Ronan Curtis from Portsmouth. Decent player in this league. He's a bit of a shithouse. You see on Saturday when he got involved.
Yeah.
And we do need these players. We are too nice.
It does go a long way in League One. Shithouse.
Definitely.
Yeah, it does. It really does. Yeah.
Joe Morrell would have fitted in nicely.
Bit small, him, isn't he?
Still trying to get his laces up, and he over your side.
He was, and he was giving it to some grandma, and she was giving it back full pelters and all sorts. This, proper head of grey hair in a probably her 70s. Giving it real.
I don't want to see pensioners doing that.
But he was giving it back. A bit like. I was like, this is entertainment in all in itself. The good doctor. I still want to see Norwood in the remaining games. Good evening, or good afternoon, or good morning, Irvin.
Where is Irvin? He's on holiday. Where is he?
He's in Mexico. He's in Mexico.
Mexico.
Yeah.
He's watching us poolside. Have a beer for us, Irvin.
Absolutely. I think of that. Happy holidays. That other drummer. Can you play the trumpet? I do like the trumpet with Selena. If we do sign him, I do want that in the stadium. We
used to have a trumpet in the stadium, didn't we?
With the old trumpet. That does sound good.
Yeah.
I'd play Norwood. Call me crazy if you want. But, okay, crazy. But I think it's the type of player that could be the difference. That's a nuisance to play against, which is what we want. Rich, your mate Norwood, what do you think?
He don't hold the ball up well enough.
Is that it? Have you gone tame at your old age?
I think he's going to end up at Tranmere with Mickey Mellon. That would not surprise me at all if he.
Well, he did say on the show if he hadn't come calling, he probably would still be there, didn't he? But
I do agree with Mike. He hasn't had a chance playing that central role under McKenna. When he has played, he's been out on that left-hand side. So if he does play him tomorrow, I want to see him playing as the central striker, not out on the left, because that isn't his game, Martin. He's not a left-hand sided player. And you might as well put him on the bench if you're going to do that. No
one, Rich, has really had that opportunity other than Caden, maybe. No one's had a run of games, have they? Caden's had a run of games. Joe Pickett's not had a run of games. Norwood's not had a run of games. You know what I mean?
Jackson's got the pace, isn't he? Because if you read between the lines what McKenna said, I think he'll get a new deal, Martin.
Well, he does say disappointed for him, a big loss for the group as well, but he's been a credit to himself, how he's applied himself over the last few months, done a really good job for the team, and now we have other people waiting in the wings, ready to play and looking to play, excited to play. So we have good options in that position, and I think he does allude to the fact.
Have we got good options? Where have we got good options?
Well, he's the manager of the football club, he's not going to say anything different, to be fair.
I've got really shit options now.
I look behind Caden and I think, oh, for fuck's sake, let's not bother going to Oxford tomorrow. But I've got to. It's in my contract. So
you've got options there. Can they find the form? Can they find what we need to get the 3 points? The big
Caden Jackson is a runner. He tops running. He tops running stats. Do you think that's something that fans might want to look at when they're looking at strikers in the summer? Rich, a player that actually runs and runs, because you know he's the only player I think out of those 4 strikers that is a constant runner, as it were.
But as fans, we are fickle, aren't we? Because if we sat here probably 2 months ago, we'd be saying, Caden Jackson, no, he'll be off in the summer. But
he got 4 weeks ago when they released that stat. Look at those replies. I bet those are being deleted pretty quickly.
That was after the Wimbledon game, wasn't it?
It was.
When he played.
This is a good question here everyone's got. Is Simpson going to get an opportunity from the bench and now we're a striker light?
He's still injured.
Injured?
Yeah, he got injured in the 23s a couple of weeks ago.
No. So
but I wouldn't say get a chance because you're going to have another 2 strikers on the bench anyway, Matt.
True.
You know?
It's true. Forrest Gump can run also, says Mark Dowling, who's doubling down on his. I used to think it would be
2 good strikers for Ipswich back in like McCarthy era. Was the 2 lads at Forest, Earnshaw. I know he'd been at Norwich, but Robert Earnshaw and Nathan Tyson. They were really good at Nottingham Forest. I always used to think they'd be good, pacey 2 for us. Maybe that might be the key for next season. Maybe you will see Jackson and one other in a different style of formation next season once McKenna gets in the players that he wants. He's got good players right now.
Do you think pace is what we're looking for then? Because from a tactical point of view, I guess if you play a higher line against Caden Jackson, he will hurt you in behind. We've seen it. We saw it when he got injured.
Mike the Fisherman is you've your own argument there. So you said about Norwood, Mike, can't play on the left, and now you're playing Macaulay Bonne on the right. He's a central striker, so why would you play him there? Come on, you're a coach, Mike, tell me.
Well, talking about coaching, do you think the pace is what we're after? Because if you play a high line, you're going to get hurt behind. So the pace makes teams sit a bit deeper, which in turn helps our passing domination. Do you think, Rich? Is that why we're looking for those runners type, Speedy Gonzalez's?
Yeah, well, you've said before, pace is what defenders don't like.
Hate it.
And they all have their opportunities in a way, haven't they, them strikers? And Caden is the only one who's really grabbed it.
Yeah.
Joe Piggott, I've got him in my team tomorrow. I know people will say, oh, why are you playing him? But yeah, Caden, we can't knock him, Martin. He got his head down in training. And he's like, we did say on air, and Kieran said, credit to himself. Like he said, he was 3 times he thought he was going to leave. He scored 2 goals against Arsenal, didn't he, in that 23s game? And I think we all thought, yeah, but you're just playing. Cookies played you in that because that's like the 23s. But it will be interesting to see who Ashton's got on his dashboard, for the summer. We'd love to have a look at that dashboard, wouldn't we?
Oh, making it my mission in life.
Might see it one day.
I'm making it my mission in life to see that dashboard.
Talking of dashboards, where was Russo in the when he was on? He had a tactics board behind him, Matt. Did you see that?
He did, yes. He had a whiteboard, didn't he? Yeah, I did notice that.
Headquarters. Do you think Dutch headquarters?
I don't know, because he said he was having a meeting with Louis van Gaal. Wasn't it weird? We're chatting to Martin Royce one day, and then the next he's having a meeting with Louis van Gaal.
The iron shoe.
Van Gaal threw himself on the floor like he did that time at Man United with his clipboard. When he went over.
Yeah.
My Facebook user Bond can't stay on side and always looking for a long ball early. Piggott needs a run. His hold up play suits the system. I do think somebody who said it here, not sure we can call them strikers. They don't score goals. Fair point.
Yeah, very. I mean, look, you can be a middle. You play down the middle and bring in the midfield or bring in the wide players. But you can have pace down the flanks. Great, but you've got to have the bodies in the box to be on the end of the crosses, and we've not really seen. Certainly with Morsey coming off against Portsmouth last week, we struggled to get bodies in the box, didn't we?
Absolutely. So Lee Evans is back on the grass.
Good.
Don't think he'll play any part tomorrow, but back on the grass. Do you rush him back, Matt, or do you say take your time, Lee?
I think the result tomorrow might determine that. Draw or lose tomorrow, maybe we won't rush him back. Win tomorrow, Depends what other results happen. If there's like a gap of 5 points, maybe you do bring him back. But at the same point, though, I do feel like McKenna is not the kind of person who's going to rush someone back. I mean, I'm pretty certain he wouldn't rush Morsey back if he knew he was going to break down after 20 minutes. Reflects badly on the coaching team, that doesn't it? All right, and we were told that he trained, he was okay, and then suddenly playing games was a completely different story, and he broke down after 20 minutes. So we'll just have to wait and see. I mean, you still got Big T in there, and my team for tomorrow has Selena next to him, so I'm going back to that model we had at Morecambe.
Lee Evans, Rich, started the season injured, then had lots of responsibility placed on his shoulders. Now he's got possibly ending the season injured. Just shut him down. Even if he's ready and there's still a possible chance.
He still shut me down. I'm still blocked. Fucking why?
What did you ever say to Lee Evans?
Whatever I said, whatever I did, I didn't mean it.
Come on, Lee, if you're watching this show, come on. We know the town players. We know the town players watch. Come on, Lee.
I like the fact you're blocked. I'm not blocked by Lee Evans. I like it.
I do like that. That is quite.
It
funny.
is good. Yeah. I like
Carl
it,
Brooks, Pickett's the best striker with the ball at his feet, but he runs with a piano strapped to his back. None of our teams running behind, so I'm not sure he suits McKenna ball at all. Mike the Fisherman, Norwood up front, proven goal scorer. Your heart's sitting a bit broken, Mike. I can really feel it. Rob Smith, which of the young
12 goals. Is that the most he's got since he's been at town?
I don't know.
But Mike will come back saying if he's fit.
If Indaba comes back next season, then where does he play? Because you're not gonna. Genoy's had a great season. Wolfenden's had a renaissance under McKenna. Edmondson / Burgess is going to be a shoo-in for that left side. So where does Indaba play?
Providing nobody leaves that back three, you send him back out on loan.
But then there's no pathway for the younger players, is there?
The pathway is development. It's about development still, isn't it? You don't want him to come back, sit on the bench and have development stunted.
Well, but then if we get promoted next season, we go to the Championship, he won't be good enough and he'll be sold anyway.
Don't know that.
Probably. He might be good enough though. Like a Titus Bramble, he might suddenly blossom through. Just don't know, do you?
But yes, it is correct, Lewis Robertson. I did ask what is a Lee Evans. That's probably why I blocked it.
What is it? Wow.
Lee Evans, his season kind of finished at Doncaster at home, didn't he? Got the hat trick and then that'll do me. See you later.
To be fair to him and Sam Morsey they're the top dogs in midfield when everyone's fit.
But don't forget Big T now. Come on.
Oh, all right. Let's right. 2 seconds, and then we've got the 11s and
Big T.
Hello, you lovely lot. I am here very quickly to discuss Woodpecker Mortgages and Protection, run by Ipswich Town fan Graham. So you're in good hands if you go with Woodpecker Mortgages and Protection. I want to discuss the income protection service they do with you. You all know me, and you all know my story. Literally, one day I went out into that big wide world, a scary world, and I had an injury which left me disabled and unable to work. Just like that, I lost my income. Just like that. That's a click there. Crazy. This may have been an answer to a prayer, because obviously when you can't work, you can't earn. And when you can't earn, your bills are still going to be there wanting to be paid, like children needing to be fed. This could have been an answer to my prayer and taken some stress away from me and let me focus on my mental and physical health. Income protection insurance, it's not for everybody, but it might be for you. So give Graham a call on 01636 337 447 or email graham@woodpeckermortgages.co.uk. And I must say, your home may be repossessed if you do not keep up repayments on your mortgage. You know it makes sense, you lovely people.
And you are lovely people. Right, 1 to 11s. We've got, for my reckoning, Sam Morsey needs replacing, possibly, and Caden Jackson. So, Richard, you've gone for Piggott up the top with Aluko and Selena. No Chaplin, Carroll and Big T.
Why Carroll? Why?
Talk to us then, Rich. What is this about?
I thought Tom Carroll had a decent... He probably had his best game last week, Matt, in a town shirt.
He was poorly as well, fair play to him.
Yeah. And if he's fit, I think that's a bit of a slap in the face to him if you put him on the bench and you put Selena in there, because that's not... I know Selena has played there for Swansea and Kosovo, but I think Tom Carroll, would you keep him? He's another one.
No, I wouldn't. I do feel like we might keep him though, because McKenna's got history of him from Spurs.
Mike, I'm not slating Norwood. I wasn't licking his arse either. I wasn't. Like I did say the other week, Mike, when He's part 2 with the fisherman because you said you were going to interview Joe Pigott. You know.
You wait till you see my team. This is
Easy,
a team to get 3 points.
Easy. I think you're arguing over a player that is out of contract in the summer and
he's got a 12-month extension, by the way, Norwood.
doesn't mean he's going to have it. Doesn't mean he's going to be here next year, does he?
All right. No, he's on good wedge too. So that might be served better somewhere else.
If he's on good wedge and he's not playing enough games at the moment, I want that resource allocation allocated somewhere else.
Yeah.
Simple stuff, really, isn't it? You know, it's not hard football.
Yeah,
I've gone for Pigott tomorrow. I've gone for Pigott. It was a toss-up. Him, Bon, and Norwood. I could throw them all up in the air, and whoever landed first, you could pick. You know, I don't think any of them really have said, "I'm your man, Kieran."
Colin's the Aluko fan club. He must start tomorrow in Capitals. I like that.
But why?
Well, bring my team up, mine. We'll have a look.
Here is your team, Mr. Media Mogul.
Here it is. Look at this. Aluko's in that team, Colin. So, look, we've got Morton in goal.
Fuck is
Burgess
this?
Wolf and JD. Look who's made a return to midfield. Kane Vincent Young. On the right-hand side.
What
Then
have
we've
you
got-
done?
Listen.
What is this mess?
Hold on a
What are you
minute.
doing there?
Big
Where's
T in the
West
middle.
Ham playing?
Selena in the middle. He'll play a little bit further advanced, and Big T will just be in front of the back tray. Thompson on the left. On the left side, we've got Aluko. Right side, Burns for pace. Up front, Pigott. The problem we had last week against Portsmouth is JD, Donatian, was getting too much of the ball. He can't cross the ball. So I'm bringing KVY in to supplement Burns, and they will put the crosses in for Selena to break into the box, Aluko to break in the box, Pigott into the box. That's my thinking. A lot of pace in that side tomorrow.
Well, let me
They're
tell
killing
you
with
something.
speed.
You say that,
Speed kills, they say in boxing.
You need to
You
get your
say
numbers
that's
right
your-
as well. Luco's not number 9, Matt, and Pigott's not number
Forget
11.
that.
I'm not bothered by that. No, I'm not bothered by that.
That's such a pedantic point. You bring it up every week. That's such a pedantic
It's
point.
the
It
small
does not
details.
matter.
Small details you got to get
Does
correct.
not
I'm
matter.
afraid.
That is a great team. You've got KVY being able to come back and help JD as a natural right back. Then
So
he can
where are you
support
playing
Burns
Wes
on the right.
Burns? Is he the right side of the front three?
Yeah.
Yes.
Somewhere that he's
Absolutely.
never played ever in his career.
No.
It'll be fine. It'll be down that right flank. He can come back and help support, move
Oh,
forward,
dear.
get them crosses in. We need crosses in the box tomorrow, people.
Look,
Matt,
we need
no,
crosses
you
in the
won't
box. Why are you playing Sonny Aluko on the left wing?
Why
He's not
not?
going to beat. He's not going to beat a fullback, is he?
He reads the game nicely. Colin will agree with me. He reads in that game nicely.
He's in my
He's
team,
got the
he's
ball on the
not
left.
playing, yeah.
Give it to Selena. Selena chips it into the box. Joe Pigott, 1-0. Happy days.
You said you put some thought into this team. Quite
What's
clearly,
wrong with this
you
team?
didn't.
I told
put
you.
Zero thought into this.
How
team.
strong is that right side? Donatian, KVY, Burns.
It's a
Strong.
fucking-
It's three,
a
aye.
mess, Matt.
Pace.
It's a mess, Matt. It's a mess, mate.
That is
it's
not.
a mess.
What is the mess about that?
It's-
You've got
it's-
KVY
it's a
you've got
mess.
KVY in a wing back position. You've got Burns playing further forward, which I think he did in that Gillingham game, the 4-0.
You
I'm
want to
pretty
stop
set.
playing FIFA, mate?
That's a great team. I would love it if we get that team tomorrow. You'd be going.
Well, you never know.
that team gets 3 points.
Lewis Robertson, Mogul. Happy to fund your level 1 coaching badge
Nice.
after seeing that side.
It's about 150 quid?
It's not free. That's for sure.
Look at Matt
But,
Stannard. I love it, Matt. That is a great team. Pace down that right side. I love it.
I
Kane
don't get
Vincent
the
Young,
love
he's
in-
been another massive letdown, Matt. This season. Whenever he's
Wow.
played,
He's
look
not
at his
really
last
featured
performance
since
when he
the,
played when he started away at Wimbledon. Got a red card. He'd be
Nice,
another one,
isn't he?
mine. I'll probably be letting go in the summer.
Possibly. Yeah.
Nowhere
probably.
near the player that he was.
No,
he
he's not.
certainly isn't. No,
He's certainly gone backwards off from the injuries. That's
Definitely.
for certain. But
He has.
give him an opportunity tomorrow. He was on the bench last week. Give him an opportunity tomorrow. People love it. Who likes my team better than Rich's? I'm getting a lot of love for my team right now. Come on,
Oh,
put
yeah?
it in the comments. Yeah. Louis Fenton, what a team. Matt Stannard, great team.
Has the lottery machine been out? Parry doesn't like it. Mr. Positive, Stephen Parry. If he doesn't like
Yeah.
something, then you know
I've
it's
depressed
it's
Stephen
not
Parry.
good.
Oh, Cole
Team
Brooks says Team
Cruncher.
Cruncher. Rob Holmes says no.
Love that team from Andrew Plum.
Oh, Matt, Andy, you're just doing it just to.
People just want to see the pace in there. That's it.
Question: will we ever see Harper in a town shirt again?
Ooh, that's a great question.
Probably not. No.
I would imagine so, because he ain't done a year, already. What deals he got? 3-4 years?
Yeah, he's hardly pulled it.
Who's
up
going to
for
buy
Freo,
him?
is he?
No one's going to buy him, are they? So, I mean,
As
Harry
Mark
Newman
Ashton
getting
would
the
say,
bin.
Lewis, that's a great question.
the football club. Bond starts
The
March now.
stakeholders. The stakeholders.
I feel like Bond's probably had a lot of chances, mate.
I can't get over this.
What's wrong with this team?
I didn't look at it before I uploaded it.
Harry Newton says, "Get in the bin." Is that Matt's team, Harry? By the way, or mine?
No, your team. I think. I feel like it's probably your team.
It must be. It
absolutely
must.
You don't want that pace on the right. You don't want the pace on the right hand side. You don't want Selena breaking into the middle. Come on, that's a great team. Really good.
All right, score predictions. We're live tomorrow from 2 p.m. for the matchday ticket. Myself, Curtis, and I believe it's Coxie joining us tomorrow. Time Machine is on the platform. Go and check it out. Episode 1, it's February. Then we're going to do in March next week. And then April, obviously, we'll do in April. We'll finally catch ourselves up. The Time Machine will collaborate itself. Rich,
you did score 2 goals against Liverpool in the 90th minute, by the way. You need to come to the real
thing. Yeah, that annoyed us.
Who knows these games? Don't guess. Can't do guessing.
Can you please go to the Liverpool website and have a word with them? Because that's where the information came from.
Well, why are you looking there? Why don't you just come to me or Matt?
Because I wasn't even born in 1983.
We've got the stats.
86. It's 86 as well.
I still wasn't born. I wasn't even in a glint in my dad's eye in 86.
We were there. We were in the ground. I was in the Pioneer. Michael Cole coming off the bench, didn't he, Matt?
Yeah.
Terrorised Alan Hansen that day.
Go and check out what we're talking about. Talking Town Time Machine, February episode.
It is a great show. There's some great guy on there talking about Town 5, Norwich Nil in Destruction Derby. Who could that be? And the bald guy was really good. The bald guy talking about Sheffield United game.
If you're watching on something, you can double tap and it goes forward 10 seconds. When that person's on, I would suggest you double tap.
Did Lewis have hair? Did Lewis have hair back in 03 when we beat Sheffield United 3-2?
Well, yeah.
Can you confirm, Lewis, in the comments if you had hair back then?
I was so excited by that 3-2 after being 2 down. I went out into Chelmsford, drinks, bars, wearing my Ipswich top.
That's one of my top 5 town games of that 3-2. That was a brilliant day.
Great.
Mark Wall's gone 4-1. Harry Newton's gone 1-0. Andrew Plum's gone 3-2. Adams was born in good for you. We're both 80s babies, Adam. I was just born in 89. 3-1 for the Louis Fenton. 0-0 for Mike of the Fisherman. Craig at Portsmouth, come on town. I hated Oxford tactics at Portman Road earlier this season. Lee Ballas, I know I did then, now it's upside down head. So Lee had head back then. Cornrows back in 03.
Really?
Hey, we need a picture. We need a picture on Twitter of this tonight.
If Piggott gets a hat-trick tomorrow, I'll run down Ipswich High Street in a mankini.
Oh, my God. Let's hope he doesn't get a hat-trick.
I would pay money for you not to do that, Michael. I really would. There's no need for that. We don't need to scare Ipswich Town people. We really don't. 5-0 was a bad day for my granddad. Died that day. I'm so sorry, Adam. Rob Smith, any fans watching from the car park tomorrow?
Yeah,
you can. Yeah, go on the top of your van. Pop a chair up there.
Score prediction then, Rich. What do you think?
Go on, Matt.
I was going to say, a team that's riding high in League One, higher than us, the town, with 3 sides to their stadium.
Look, let's give credit where it's due, Matt. There's probably a lot of pressure to develop something there, but you put your resources into your team first and foremost. The problem with this club over the years is that we haven't done that. There was no need to develop the stadium when they did in the Premier League. No need, but they did it.
They were non-league with that stadium, I believe, with 3 sides.
Sorry?
I think they were non-league Oxford, weren't they, for a bit? And then with the 3 sides, maybe it dates back to then. Certainly, if they got to the Championship or whatever, I feel like they need to have 4 sides.
Absolutely, but your first and foremost priority has to be what's on the pitch. Has to be.
Well, you know.
Well,
sometimes you don't want to key for the toilet, do you?
Matt Stanhope's got a free ticket. He's got a ticket in the chat. His missus has got COVID.
Matt's got COVID. I'm so sorry.
Best wishes, Matt. Yeah, absolutely.
Matt, I'm so sorry. Does anyone need a tip?
Most people have got COVID, haven't they? Collins had it, and I know more people with COVID now than I did in the lockdowns. Crazy.
I've got the indoors coming around tomorrow for dinner, so I do fancy a ticket just to get home later. Tempted is the word.
You've got more in-law jokes than Les Dawson back in the 80s.
No, but it's true. They are coming around tomorrow doing lasagna. I don't like lasagna. I don't like the in-laws, so I thought I'd do both at the same time.
What time are they coming round?
I don't know. I haven't asked.
He comes around Saturdays anyway. Sure, it's a Sunday thing.
It's my son's birthday. Well, next week.
Oh, okay.
It's a weekend. You're busy. You've got shows to do. Come on.
Yeah.
Don't start me, people.
You're an important guy. You're the father of town content.
How's your dinner at the Dons? How's dinner at the Dons on Sunday, by the way?
Oh, it was beautiful.
Yeah,
Mrs. Don did a fabulous sausage.
What did you have? What did you have?
And mash.
No, I had that
Sausage
tonight.
and mash. Yeah, I know. It was supposed to be toad in the hole, but the toe wouldn't rise.
Oh.
Or was it the hole? The hole wouldn't rise.
Why is it
One
called
of the
toad
two.
in the hole? Why is it called that?
I don't know.
Funny you should say toad. I spotted a toad on the dog walk yesterday. My missus screamed out. It was dark. She's like, and I'm like, what? She nearly stood on it. So I gently picked it up, Matt, and I put it back near the water around the house.
Nice, that. Very good. Yeah.
Yeah. But no, it was
Conservation
lovely.
and
It was
cruncher.
lovely. We had a great evening. We're planning Mr. Positivity stag do.
Oh.
And
Where are you going?
we're looking at Dusseldorf, a return to the
Oh, yeah.
Dusseldorf.
You're going to get there
There's
this
no
time.
football because you'll miss the fucking kickoff, won't you?
So I'm having a mate of mine, mate Mark Ashton. I'm saying, Mark, get us in Dusseldorf for a pre-season game.
Well, you're going to miss shows? You're going to miss shows?
Am I hell? No, of course I don't. Don't miss shows, do I?
No,
You're best man, aren't you?
Yeah, with the Don, yeah. Joint
When
best
is
man.
when is the big play?
I don't know.
Summer. You're going to miss the game, I reckon.
Yeah, he's
I'm
going to.
awful with dates. We were looking at stag do's, and I said about a date, and it turns out that's my brother's wedding. And I was like, I knew the date was striking me for a
The Sheffield
reason.
Wednesday one.
Yeah.
There you go. Look, Mike D. Speaking of toads, Govey's
Well,
gutted.
he might end up in home and away. Do you know? He might end up in home and away.
Is that keeping going? Home and away's going to stay on, is it?
That's still going. Yeah. They could cherry pick.
Neighbours no more.
Neighbours no more.
When does it finish, Martin?
Next summer.
June, isn't it? June?
Is it June this summer or the summer after? One of
That's
the two.
this year.
This summer, yeah.
Depressing.com. I'll tell you what,
Shame,
though.
isn't it?
I was named after a character in Home and Away.
Which one? Well, Martin, obviously, but
Well done, Matthew. Fucking sharp, you, ain't you?
Oh, my God.
Put the cutlery on, Matt, wouldn't you? Jesus.
I don't remember a Martin in Home and Away.
He was a doctor.
Oh, well, okay.
He was a
Did
dishy
Paul
doctor.
Robinson
my mum.
really lose his leg, or was that just in the show?
He's lost his leg. No. Stephen Dennis, the actor, hasn't lost his leg. No, but Paul, the character, has. But if you watch him, he sometimes limps with the wrong leg.
How's he lost his leg?
It was in a plane accident, and
Okay.
he had it amputated. But he sometimes limps with the wrong leg. So funny when he does that. Gov is Don Fisher. Oh, and Marilyn. See, I used to watch both of these, but I don't anymore.
It used to be
I don't.
5:30 and 6 o'clock over. Yeah.
I remember Marilyn.
Do you remember Vinny in Home and Away? Married the Greek
Yeah.
lady.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so.
Then he died,
Yeah.
didn't he, old Vinny? I just like Vinny. Good
Yeah, he
guy.
annoyed me. He was like on the wrong side.
I can
of the
imagine,
tracks.
yeah. You two probably would clash because,
Yeah.
you're both the same sort of character.
I would have liked to have hung around with Alf and call people galars and that.
You're flaming, Galar.
You're flaming galah. Didn't Alf's wife, Alma,
Yeah.
die because a toy car got stuck under her brake and she couldn't
Oh, yeah, that
couldn't
rings a
hit-
bell, actually.
hit the brake because it was
Yeah.
underneath the...
I think you might be right, yeah.
Yeah. I think I am right, yeah.
You do know your soap, don't you? But
I know
Emma Dow is your go-to soap, isn't it?
No,
No
EastEnders.
one ever. Mm.
No, EastEnders.
Marilyn was married to Matt Letizia. God.
Really? God, we've got well and truly away from Oxford here, haven't we?
Really?
Let's row ourselves back to Oxford. There's the pun. Sue Kennedy, my first and current crush.
She's put up a
Susan-
lot, that woman, with Carl Kennedy. I believe.
Susan Kennedy with her box of tricks in the bedroom.
Prisoner Cell Block H.
Yes.
Like that, yeah.
Oh, I
Who
do
did he have
like...
the affair with? Who did Carl have the affair with?
Well, who didn't it? It was
Yeah,
Sarah
loads.
first of all, and then it was
Yeah.
Izzy,
Yeah.
Isabel
Yeah.
Hoyland, who was Max's
Oh.
sister. I know my stuff here, people.
He
Do
spends a
not-
lot of time over here, doesn't he?
Who,
Carl
Carl?
Kennedy.
He does. He's also on Cameo now for Mother's Day. If your mum wants a nice little. G'day, my name's Carl Kennedy.
Yeah.
It's true. He does. He is. Alf was class, but so much better in Prisoner Cell Block H.
Wow.
Rich, do you need mine and Colin's match
No.
for tomorrow? As we're not-
If
This,
Mark
there's
Rowell's got-
roadworks.
Mark's got COVID as well, so he's not going.
Yeah. And there's roadworks tomorrow, isn't there? Southbound or something into Oxford?
Yeah, I've got Waze
Crossroads?
on my phone. It'll take me round it, Matt. Don't worry about that.
Remember Crossroads? That was quite. Night and Day was a soap on ITV. That was quite.
Eldorado. That was a good soap.
Family Affair. Family Affair. That was to watch that before I got my budgies ready for a show on a Sunday morning. That was quite interesting. I did.
Have you got them cupboards up yet?
No. June. I'm going to get a bloke in to do a lot of work. I reckon.
June.
Because I've got a couple of pairs that aren't going to be breeding, and the chicks.
Did you have Did they drop them ones up from Sheffield?
They did.
Oh.
You got them? What, the rarity? Oh, right, okay. The rarity.
We don't know who's watching or who's listening.
Okay. Say no more.
The bloke delivered some soft food that day, not birds.
It was the delivery man. Albion March. Yeah, I'm in that show.
Take it down a notch. The wife does not need to know. She doesn't need to know. Right, score predictions, please, gentlemen, for tomorrow's game.
5 minutes after you asked the question. I'll go 1-1.
After our soap opera.
I looked at this show about 10 minutes ago and thought, oh, an hour. We've not done too bad tonight. And now it's getting away from us again.
Soap operas.
Mogul.
Well, on my little list here where we went through all the games and we said we'll win, draw, loss. I've actually got a loss on this game. But I do feel like we'll probably get a draw. So, do you say 1-1, Rich?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to... it could be another 0-0, you know. We don't concede, do we? I'll go 1-1. I'm going to go 1-1.
All right. Lovejoy, says Ben Moore. You're not old enough for Lovejoy, is he, surely?
Yeah, no.
Do you know what I've been watching recently?
Go on.
Hornblower.
Fantastic.
I loved that when I was a kid, and I've found it again on TV Catch Up.
It's on there, is it? I thought you got BritBox or something.
Ian Rufford in that is just superb. Horatio Hornblower, what a
character.
Horatio Hornblower, what a character. Got Robert Lindsay in it as Captain Pertwee.
Love that. Robert Lindsay, legend. Yeah.
Oh, he's a great actor. My family. Yeah, absolutely. Right, we're done. We're dusted. Back tomorrow, 2 p.m. We will not discuss home and away heartbeat, as Andrew Plums has put.
Greengrass.
Greengrass. What a character. What an absolute character. Sean Bean is Sharp any good, Lewis Robertson? I've seen that advertised. I've searched for Hornblower. And
I'm reading Bernard Cornwell books. He was the guy who created Sharp. Very good. Very good.
What was the other thing that David Jason was in? Coming
Touch
on
of Frost.
Frost.
No. Was he in the other one?
Darling Buzz.
That is the one. That's the one.
Yeah.
Although my favourite was on the Sunday night. What was the programme, Matt? It was the boat programme.
Howard's Way.
Great show.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, music for Howard's Way on a Sunday night, just before school.
London's Burning. Come on.
Yeah,
London's Burning was good. Yeah.
When that guitar hit,
Howard's Way and London's Burning. Yeah.
When that guitar hit, you hid because your mum was going to say bed, and you knew Monday was on the horizon. You used to hide. Please, mum.
Great telly. Sunday night telly, fantastic. Yeah.
Sharp is better than Hornblower. Oh, mate.
Sharp is good, yeah. But you can't go wrong with Bernard Cornwell. Brilliant.
Hornblower is amazing, though. I love all that. Models on the boat. And it's brilliant. Anyway, Captain Pugwash. Right, we're done. We're dusted. Back tomorrow. Join us tomorrow. Support us on Ko-Fi. He is the Cruncher. He is the Mogul. We are talking town. We're going places. Join us. Outro. Can't play Rooster again because that's happened.
See you later.
Yeah.
We're on a journey, looking back on the things that we've taken for granted, but feels like we're learning to be better without